Hey guys, it's Brittany at Ink and Papyrus, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 special ways to journal Christmas memories. I don't know about you, but as soon as I am forced to open up a page and write something, I get terrible, just writer's block, a creative block. There's something so intimidating about actually writing something on one of the pages you put in your journal. We all know that we can cover it up if we don't like it, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like the end of the world, especially if you're like me and have terrible handwriting. So in addition to journaling Christmas memories, I also wanted to show you guys some creative ways to journal on things that can be removed. Okay, so first of all, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because the last couple of years I haven't been able to commit to doing a December daily. And I keep saying this, next year I gotta do it. But, you know, I still have memories that I want to write down and journal. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like the holidays just blend together every year. And I can't really tell you what I did last year versus the year before versus the year before. And it's so nice to be able to look back on those memories, right? They're limited. Our families are not gonna be around forever. So it's really important that we capture these special memories. Okay, so the first example I have of a removable for capturing special memories is either wrapping paper or a gift bag of a gift that somebody you love gave to you, and just writing a little bit about your memory from your time you spent together or the gift itself. This was the gift bag that one of my favorite gifts was wrapped up in from my significant other. So I saved the gift bag, I cut this out, I put a little washi up top, I made it a scrappy notebook. So I have a gift tag here. I have that on top, and then I put a couple pieces of paper in here. So I'm just gonna journal about our Christmas together and about the gift itself that I absolutely loved. Another thing that you can do if your gift was wrapped in wrapping paper, take a snippet of the wrapping paper, and I like making just flip overs, right? So there's nothing final about it. You can just pin, paper clip this in and open it. You can use it as a tuck spot and just write on the wrapping paper what you loved about the gift, some memories of the special day. Very, very simple. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but some of my favorite Christmas memories are based around food, drink. You may have a recipe that was passed down to you from your grandmother or somebody else in the family. Maybe it's been passed down from generation to generation. So I love using these recipe cards to document favorite recipes. I printed these out. This was a digital. This may have been from the Graphics Fairy, but if you just Google like recipe card template printables, you can find them. These are Christmas themed. You can make your own recipe cards, but if I have enough room, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll write the recipe down and then I'll journal a favorite family memory on the back. Okay, so my next favorite way to journal Christmas memories is to put together a Scrappy photo notebook. These certainly are not the best quality images. I prefer to do this with real paper. Whether you're doing it with photos or you're printing them, what I like to do is, obviously if you're printing them, just leave some white space at the top of the bottom to journal with, some white space at the top so you can fold these over onto themselves. If you are getting photos developed or printing them like actual photos, what you'll want to do is to back the photo with some paper and then do the same. So you would put the photo here, leave some space up at the top to fold over, leave some white space at the bottom to journal, okay? But I love this, and actually I wanted to share, I came across a website that had some journaling prompts. I feel like sometimes you get, you know, just writer's block because you don't know what to journal about, but I found these prompts that are absolutely priceless, so I wanted to share them with you. This came from Mom Envy. She has a blog, and I'm going to share the link in the description box, but I want to share some of these prompts with you, okay? most likely to bark at Rudolph, most likely to be a Scrooge, most likely to be on the naughty list, most likely to be on the nice list, most likely to break an ornament, most likely to bribe Santa, most likely to burn Christmas dinner, that would be me, most likely to drink all the wine, most likely to get coal in their stocking, most likely to get tangled in Christmas lights, most likely to knock over the tree, most likely to refuse to smile, most likely to quote Christmas movies, most likely to regift a present, most likely to save the wrapping paper, hello, most likely to sing Christmas songs, most likely to spike the eggnog, most likely to steal a cookie, that would be my dog Dale right here. So most likely to get their tinsel in a tangle, most likely to try to bite Santa, most likely to watch all the Christmas movies, and it goes on and on. But I love that, and I feel like those journal prompts just really help break a blank page. This is my my parents' dog Mia, so this is Dale's cousin, and she also was adopted a couple of years ago after we got Dale. I think this is one of her first Christmases, and she's posing in front of the tree with antlers on, and she would definitely be most likely to bark at Rudolph. And so that's kind of how I started, and I was just going to kind of finish journaling our Christmas together and what we got her, and she's an amazing dog. And my sister Amy, Auntie Amy, always spoils Dale rotten. I did a little journaling. Dale also came from a shelter, and even though we're positive it was his first Christmas, he never had a family before us, somehow he intuitively knew exactly how to open up all of his presents. And so the most joy we ever get from Christmas is watching the delight on his face as he methodically takes his presents over to his bed and holds them with his paws and rips them open one by one. And so I don't know how many of you actually wrap your dog's presents. When people see like all of his presents under the tree, they think it's ridiculous that we wrap them. No, like our joy comes from watching him open his gifts. We went to I'm gonna give you a couple more examples. So we went to a train museum for a light show. I'm gonna include the ticket. I'm gonna staple the ticket at the bottom of the picture here, and I'm going to, again, I have white space on the back, so I'm just gonna journal about the train museum experience and what we saw there. We went out to dinner beforehand, who we went with, and the actual program itself. This was also at the train museum, us posing with Santa. And then I included a couple of the cookies I made last year. My cookies don't always come out looking this good. It was an off year, guys. But I left some white space at the bottom, and I was just going to journal on the recipe and how I made the icing and decorated them. These are sugar cookies. These are legendary ricotta cookies, and that's actually the website or the recipe that I included on my recipe card that I'm going to put in the journal. I actually, for the hell of it, I'm going to link the recipe to these ricotta cookies in the description box as well. They're easy. They are a family favorite now. We have to have them every year. So it's become our own family tradition. And it's not Christmas without these Italian ricotta cookies. So I am going to put the link to my favorite recipe in the description box as well. But as you can see, sometimes it's the simple things that really make the holiday really special. And if you don't write some of these things down, you forget them, and I just think it means a lot to capture these special memories. Okay guys, so this is my fourth way to journal Christmas memories, another idea for a removable. I love these altered envelopes. Here I decorated this as if this was going to Santa's workshop in the North Pole. So naturally I stamped a polar bear here and colored in his little scarf. I put some trees with presents, and I gotta find the stamp. I don't know where it is, but here's it's a North Pole stamp. And I cut out the window for the envelope. I do like it when I keep the plastic or the see-through, you know what I'm talking about, window. Maybe this envelope, I think this envelope just didn't come with one, but to accentuate it, I outlined the window in washi, and I just stamped some lights up top. But another idea for removable is to make an altered envelope and just write yourself a letter or journal some Christmas memories, or write yourself, just write down the lyrics to your favorite Christmas song, a recipe, whatever you would like. And then I just dolled this up with some lace and some washi. But I love using envelopes to just write special memories that maybe you kind of want to tuck away, but something that you can read and really appreciate later. Okay guys, my fifth and final idea for ways to journal Christmas memories is to do like an advent calendar style layout in your journals. Like I said, I haven't gotten around to doing a December daily, and I work for the first week of December, so I wasn't here, and I just worked that whole week. So I was like, oh, is it worth it? I'm not gonna have anything to write about for the first 7 days of December. So what I decided to do is just take little square cards with the day on it and just write a little something, put a little piece of ephemera. I am going to the train museum again this year, so for example, I would put a train ticket in here. Maybe you could write a little recipe. Maybe you could write a Christmas movie you watched that day, or actually draw a picture of, for example, the Grinch. There's so many different things you can do with this. I did want a larger area for December 25th, so I continued this on. And then I left the 25th as a page by itself, and did a little stenciling and left a bunch of room for me to write. I think this is a good compromise for those of you who don't necessarily have time to do a full December daily and a full journaling spot for every day. There are several different things that you can do to create these cards. So this is just one idea. I actually got these from a Michael's paper pack, but I got this like 2 years ago, and it already came with these pre-made cards with the dates on them. But just as an example, and as you can see, I secured it with washi, and then creased them a little bit under the washi so I don't, so the washi's not coming up. And always secure your washi with glue stick, or else it's gonna come right back up. So a couple more ideas for layout cards. As you know, I love my tea cards, and I will link the tutorial to that up top. But I love the tea cards, and I was thinking, how cool would it be to just have a couple stacked pockets, and just have a tea card for each day. You'd be making a lot of tea cards, but you make these so fast. But a tea card, and somehow incorporate whether you have the number, or whether you and glue it on, or whether you draw the number on, but put like one for December 1st, and then journal a little bit on the back about what you did that day, or something that represents something that you did to celebrate Christmas that day, and then put it in a stacked pocket. And I was just thinking, how cool would that be to just do a tea card for every day? I wouldn't really want to washi these in, I don't think. You could, but then you don't really get to decorate the back, and when you layer things, it just makes the card thicker, and I think it would be really difficult to get these to flip up unless you, for example, took a strip of paper and you could actually maybe sew these on, kind of making like a scrappy notebook like we did with this right here. So just an idea. I do think these would work better in a pocket. The other thing I had thought about doing was Christmas clusters. Just stack your scrap. It's a perfect scrap buster. Stack your scraps run it through the sewing machine, incorporate the number of the day that you're journaling for. If your scraps are two-sided, you know, like back this with some white paper or maybe gesso over it to, you know, give yourself some writing room. And again, you could put these in a pocket, and then now you have 25 Christmas clusters. I love this. I think I might do this next year. 25 Christmas clusters, a cluster for each day. Or, of course, you could just take your cardstock and just cut out 25 cards that are the same size, decorate them with scraps or little embellishments, whatever you have, and put the number corresponding to the day on it. Okay guys, so I hope I encouraged you to write down some of your special Christmas memories this year and gives you some creative ways to journal memories that you don't want to forget. So just to recap here, we have old saved wrapping paper and gift bags turned into notebooks and journaling spots. We have our recipe cards. We have our Scrappy family photo book with extra room for journaling. We have our altered envelope. And then we have our advent calendar style layout. So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to Ink and Papyrus to see more. My videos come out Monday and Fridays, and I can't wait to see you the next time.